Welcome back to Earth Mother Goddess Tarot. We're going to start with a calming sound. Help align our energy and vibration. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to do first an overall energy reading, and then next up I'm going to do an all signs reading, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get right to it. Everything's already been pre-shuffled. So this is timeless, general, collective, any sign, okay? If you guys are watching this on New Year's, Happy New Year. We're going to grab what energies are coming through right now. Okay. Overall energy, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, that could be someone who is a wife and mother, someone who was a provider for the home. Doesn't have to be female, but it's kind of often seen as kind of like the wife card for a lot of people. Queen of Pentacles has it all together. Now, for that to be in reverse, we'll figure out why that is. And this is the overall, so it could be you, could be someone you're dealing with, could be both of you, something that's on your mind here. Something to do with home and stability. Okay, your energy is a Three of Cups, which is celebration, friendship, reunion. Sometimes it's reconciliation. Your person's energy is coming in as the Three of Wands in reverse. So they're no longer waiting for their ships to come in with something. That's interesting. Let's keep going. So, mutual energy between you is the King of Swords. So that's kind of logical thinking, kind of being very direct on what you're doing or what you're saying, being very clear with intentions and things like that. This has been coming up a lot. Two of Swords in reverse. So Two of Swords is someone not wanting to like look at something, someone wanting to remain blindfolded and not pay attention to like a choice being made or something like that. But this is indicative of the result of this being that a choice is basically made or finally made or something like that. Okay, so let's clarify. Queen of Pentacles is in reverse for the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Satisfaction. A Nine of Cups is not a Ten of Cups, but a Nine of Cups is pretty good, okay? Excuse me, we're gonna keep going. Let's see. So your energy is wanting to either go away from something, because this is Six of Swords. It's either you wanting to move to something else or from like stress to no stress. So it could be like maybe the way you were handling things before was causing your life stress, and now you're wanting to move out of that. So it could be habits, could be lifestyle, could be diet, could be all kinds of things, okay? But coupled with the Three of Cups here, it's like, for some of you, this could be that you are wanting a reconciliation, okay, with somebody, okay? Try not to have so much cleavage. It's just distracting. So the Three of Swords. All right, there's a lot of threes here. I gotta point that out, okay? There's a lot of threes, which We all know 3 is a crowd, so you may know where this is going. Now, for your person to have 3 of Wands clarified by the 3 of Swords, 3 of Wands in reverse, so like something they were hoping for or waiting on, and now 3 of Swords upright is like, whoever you're dealing with, whether this is current, someone new, someone that's incoming, that you're manifesting into your energy, or someone you just started talking to, someone you're wanting to reconnect with from long past, the person that you're dealing with is feeling heartbroken for one reason or another, for some reason or another. They're feeling stabbed in the heart, okay? They could have been made part of a third party. This is so interesting. This is a really interesting combination here. Clarifying the King of Swords is the 10 of Swords, which is like maximum heartbreak and pain. So it's like that serious, logical, direct energy that's coming from you guys as your mutual energy is clarified by maximum pain. So it kind of seems like whether this is 2 people that are currently together, or maybe they were, now they're separated, or they are considering coming back together, or whether this is a new person, the story seems to be someone saw their wish fulfillment with someone, and you look like you're trying to go from something bad to something better, and maybe wanting to reconcile with someone. You may be wanting to reconcile with an ex, or maybe come out of separation with a current person. But your energy is a bit more hopeful at this moment, whereas the person you're dealing with, like I said, whether it's someone you're with, someone you're wanting to be with, or you're going to meet, this person or an ex or whatever, this person was hoping for something to come through or to happen or to work out, and they're heartbroken over the fact that it did not. For some of you, if this is a partner, they may feel heartbroken over something that you did, or that they perceived that you did, or they may feel heartbroken over the fact that they expected something to happen between the 2 of you, to take place, to manifest, okay? I feel like I showed you like right up my skirt on accident. Or they were actually looking out at another option, and that other option has like given them the nixed them, cut them. So be aware. You may have been put in a third party and you might not even have known. Some of you might have known, or you might have intuitively known or felt it. So the decision that's made in the final outcome, this taking off the blindfold and making a decision, which I always like to point out in the Impressionist Tarot, that this particular card is talking about making a choice between the lesser of 2 evils. So it's kind of like no choice is 100% perfect or 100% guaranteed, but you have to make a choice at that time. And what's interesting is it's clarified by the Knight of Wands in reverse. So that's often seen as kind of the player card or the player energy. It doesn't have to be, but it's more like it's possible that you or the other person has decided to say no, or potentially both of you, since this is the outcome, to kind of the flighty energy. So, take that how it resonates or applies. So I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 for unknown influences or outside influences or something that could be coming in. Oh, okay. An apology from someone who maybe has a lot of options, but it's very particular in this card. They're really kind of sleeping on it. They may know they have options, but it looks like they actually want to offer you their cup. They may be someone that a lot of people like or admire or have a crush on or something, but this person sees you as the Empress. And it can be guy, girl. It's just energy. Or this is you. Take it as it fits. And if this side fits more for you and this side fits more for the other person, then, swap it as needs be. But somebody sees somebody as the Empress. So whether you're ready to apologize to somebody or someone's ready to apologize to you. And this is the overall outcome, overall future outcome. This is a weird one. So we have Three of Pentacles, which is collaboration, someone you could work with, you could do a project with, you could be collaborating with in some way. But then we have, this could be Capricorn energy for some of you, but don't focus too much on the specific signs. It's more the energies, but we have the Devil here, so it's Devil in reverse. So that's coming out of addictions, coming out of a karmic tie, a toxic relationship, toxic behaviors, addictions. For some of you, maybe a contract ending, a bad contract, could be a soul contract, a karmic contract, or an actual contract. And an ending of a partnership. I don't know if you can see that, but this is Two of Cups in reverse. So what's interesting is Three of Pentacles, with how many threes there's been here, and even the Empress is the number 3. This is interesting. Definitely for some of you, there is a third party thing happening here, and it could be that this third party collaboration ends up bumping out whatever this was. You or the person you're dealing with may have been in a partnership with someone in some way, whether it was business, romantic, whatnot, that could have actually been a karmic soulmate, someone that's there to teach them lessons, and someone that's there to help them realize things and grow. That could be why the person's in so much pain, actually, if this is them. This is interesting. Some of you may have stood your ground, and this is just for some of you. Say you're in the feminine position just for a second, and you can be male and be in this position also, but let me just read it this way because it's easier to explain. So say you're someone's wife or long-term partner, and you're the feminine energy, and you decide, no, you know what? I'm gonna pull back my wifey status because you don't deserve it right now, because I know that I could be your wish fulfillment, but you have to work for it. So I will reconcile with you if things can move into a better situation. End of story. With that really sharp, kind of harsh, to the point kind of energy, and then that person being dang it, because maybe they were hoping on something else, but it's almost like you forced them into heartbreak, which I know sounds really bad, but it seems like you might have forced them to cut a karmic partner or a karmic tie. The only problem with that is part of me wants to be go you, good job, you helped them kick someone out of their life that was only there to teach them a karmic lesson and then move on, that they might have felt they had a really strong pull towards, and they didn't understand why. Maybe they thought it was love, maybe it was love in some form, but because I'm sorry, but it looks here very much like a third party. It doesn't look like a main partner. But the stories can be different for everyone. And this could also have been you as the male feeling this way towards that person, or male, male, female, female. It doesn't matter, okay? But the problem with forcing someone to push out a karmic partner, if that's what that is oftentimes that person will come back around, or they'll go back to them in some sense, or they'll keep being drawn to them, because if they're not allowed to finish their contract, they'll constantly feel nagged to finish that contract. So as awful as it is, I'm not saying stand for it if someone puts you in a third party. To be honest with you, we all need, because I've been there, let's be honest, most of us have been there, we all need to have more self-esteem. And if someone is putting you in this situation, you walk away regardless, okay? You wish them well, you do it with love, but you say, hey, this is not the kind of thing I want. I'm gonna go do my thing. Even if you guys live together, if you're married, whatever the situation is, you walk away, you separate, you end it, you live separate, or even sleep in separate rooms, whatever it takes, okay? Separate yourself from them while they sort their thing. Try not to control the outcome and allow them the time and space to sort their thing. And they will come to find that either their love for you wasn't really what they thought it was anyway, so really they're doing you a favor. And you taking that self-respect is going to make you feel good too, because you'll be like, oh yeah, you know, forget them, I'll get something better. And instead of like waiting until they eventually push you out anyway, if you're not really what they want, you get to leave with some dignity if you do it early on when these things happen. Whereas most of us think, oh, you should stick with a person through all these things, and then you're the one that's hung in there. But most of the time, forcing an end or a break, as like much as people feel like it's dramatic to like break up and get back together and stuff, it's a lot of people feel like it's more beneficial to have that kind of like boost of like that wake up moment, that like energy jolt of like, if I don't do something, you know, so they'll be forced to change. Basically they'll be forced to make a decision, or they'll be forced to figure their shit out, okay, in a sense. But also if they're choosing to do this, or they need to do this, like you almost, to an extent, depending on how they do it, if they have feelings for someone else and they can't help it, they can't help it. It's natural. But if they take steps towards that, especially in a way which is inappropriate towards your relationship, without coming to you first and telling you the situation, which everyone thinks that like radical honesty is so crazy, it's really not. It's really the only way to give people some form of respect. But also being true to ourselves of how we feel and things like that. So if you allow them to have that space to go figure that out with that person in their own time, by you separating yourself and doing it as lovingly as possible. Hey, listen, I love you, but I know you have this going on and I can't be part of that. And so I'm going to separate myself and let you figure your thing out. And I'm not going to wait on you by any means, but you know, if we're meant to be, we're meant to be. So you get your dignity, you get your peace, you get your space, you get to move on. Either you guys will figure it out and later come back together even better, or they'll have that handled, or you get to move on to a situation that's better serving for your life. And for them, they get to figure out what is going on with that person, if there's a lesson they're supposed to learn, if maybe they feel that person is meant to be their long-term partner and they're able to figure that out on their own, because you would never want to be sitting there. We've all been, most of us have been there, where you're just so in love with somebody and you think about them all day, every day, and then there they are with that